Everyone thinks discipline means deprivation. They're wrong. True discipline, the kind that forges unbreakable resilience, isn't about what you lose. It's about what you gain: clarity, strength, and an unshakable inner core. We often romanticize Spartan life as harsh, brutal, a relic of a bygone era. But beneath the spears and shields lies a profound philosophy, a system designed to cultivate unwavering mental fortitude. From the moment a Spartan boy drew his first breath, his life was not his own. It belonged to the state. This wasn't tyranny. It was a societal contract, a collective agreement to prioritize the common good above individual comfort. At 7, a boy left his home, beginning the agoge, a brutal 13-year training regimen that stripped away softness and built character. Imagine a child, barely out of infancy, sleeping on reeds plucked from the Eurotas River. His clothing was minimal, regardless of the biting Peloponnesian winter. Hunger was a constant companion, forcing ingenuity and stealth. These weren't punishments. They were lessons in self-reliance, in enduring discomfort, in the fundamental truth that hardship can be a teacher. Modern life often shields us from inconvenience, from hunger, from the cold. We chase comfort, believing it leads to happiness. But the Spartans understood something crucial: constant comfort breeds weakness. It makes us brittle, unprepared for the inevitable storms of life. They actively sought out discomfort, transforming it into a tool for growth. Their education wasn't academic in our sense. It was practical, focused on physical prowess, martial skill, and laconic speech, the art of speaking concisely and powerfully. They learned to communicate effectively without superfluous words, a skill that fostered clarity of thought and decisiveness. How often do we get lost in endless chatter today? The agoge culminated at age 20 when a Spartan became a full citizen and a soldier. But even then, the training didn't stop. They lived in barracks until age 30, constantly honing their skills, their minds, and their bodies. This lifelong commitment to self-improvement wasn't a chore. It was a way of life, a path to purpose. The legendary Battle of Thermopylae, where 300 Spartans held off a vast Persian army, isn't just a tale of military genius. It's a testament to their psychological conditioning. Facing overwhelming odds, they didn't panic. They stood firm, not because they were fearless, but because they had trained their entire lives for that moment. Their resilience wasn't born from a lack of fear, but from a profound understanding of what truly mattered: duty, honor, and the protection of their way of life. They knew that some things are worth dying for, and that a life lived without purpose is a far greater tragedy than a life cut short in service. So, what can we, in our comfortable 21st century, learn from these ancient warriors? It's not about abandoning our families or sleeping on reeds. It's about embracing certain principles, about cultivating a modern agoge for the mind. First, voluntary discomfort. Can you take a cold shower occasionally? Fast for a meal? Walk instead of drive? These small acts, consistently practiced, build mental toughness. They remind you that you are capable of more than you think, that you can endure minor discomforts without crumbling. Second, purpose-driven action. The Spartans had a clear, overarching purpose: the defense of Sparta. What is your purpose? What drives you? Identifying and committing to a meaningful purpose provides direction and resilience in the face of setbacks. It gives you a reason to persevere. Third, the power of laconic speech and decisive action. In an age of information overload and endless debate, clarity is a superpower. Practice thinking before speaking, choosing your words carefully. Act with conviction, even if it means taking calculated risks. Indecision saps energy and breeds anxiety. Fourth, embrace hardship as a teacher. When things go wrong, as they inevitably will, don't just react. Reflect. What can this challenge teach you? What strength can you uncover within yourself by navigating this difficulty? Every setback is an opportunity for growth if you choose to see it that way. The Spartans didn't fear death. They feared a life unlived, a life without honor or purpose. They understood that true freedom wasn't the absence of constraints, but the mastery of oneself. This self-mastery allowed them to face any foe, internal or external, with unwavering resolve. Think of the Spartan mother who, handing her son his shield, famously said, "Return with it or on it." This wasn't a casual remark. It was a concise encapsulation of their ethos. A warrior either returned victorious, shield in hand, or was carried back dead upon it. There was no middle ground, no surrender. This unflinching embrace of responsibility, of consequence, is a stark contrast to our modern tendency to seek blame elsewhere. The Spartans owned their fate, good or bad. They understood that personal accountability is the bedrock of true strength. Their collective identity, the deep bond of the homoioi, the equals, also contributed to their resilience. They fought for each other, for their shared values, for their community. Isolation weakens us, genuine connection strengthens us. We are, after all, social creatures. The Spartan ethos isn't about becoming a warrior in a literal sense. It's about cultivating a warrior's spirit in the arena of modern life. It's about facing your challenges head-on, with discipline, purpose, and an unshakable belief in your own capacity to overcome. It's about recognizing that true freedom isn't the absence of demands, but the ability to meet those demands with competence and composure. It's about building an inner fortress, brick by brick, through intentional choices and consistent effort. The world today is complex, uncertain, and often overwhelming. We are bombarded by distractions, by demands on our attention, by constant comparison. Without a strong inner core, it's easy to be tossed about by every passing storm. The Spartan way offers a timeless antidote. Simplify, focus, endure. Prioritize what truly matters. Train your mind as diligently as they train their bodies. Embrace the struggle, for it is in the crucible of challenge that true resilience is forged. So the next time you face a difficult decision, a daunting task, or a moment of self-doubt, remember the Spartans. Remember their discipline, their purpose, their unwavering resolve. You have that same capacity within you. It simply needs to be cultivated. The Spartan ethos reminds us that true strength isn't about avoiding pain, but about transforming it. It's about standing firm when others falter, not out of stubbornness, but out of an inner conviction that you are capable of enduring, of overcoming, of thriving. It's a powerful framework for personal growth, a blueprint for building an unbreakable spirit in a fragile world. It's a reminder that discipline isn't deprivation. It's the pathway to a more robust, meaningful existence. Discover how Marcus Aurelius handled his own moments of doubt in our next video.